Hi, I'm Esme Amelia, and this is my top 10 movies of 2012. Now, before we get started, I've got a couple of things I'd like to mention. First of all, this is my personal list, not influenced by critics, not influenced by popular opinion. My list. Second, this should be obvious, but I'll say it anyway. I can only put a movie on the list if I've seen it. So if I have not seen it, it's not going to go on the list. My theater has a tendency to not get limited release movies. I do not have an unlimited amount of cash to spend on the movies, so I have not seen every movie out this year, and that's fine. So now, without further ado, I present my top 10 movies of 2012. Number 10 is Life of Pi. How many of us would survive on a lifeboat in the middle of the ocean with only a tiger for company? Well, you're definitely going to ask that question when you watch this movie. With gorgeous visuals and great suspense despite knowing the outcome ahead of time, Life of Pi is an experience to savor. Number 9 is The Hunger Games. Based on the extremely popular book, this movie does a great job illustrating the true horror of the scenario. We're right with Katniss every step of the way as she struggles to survive in this kill or be killed world. This movie is very difficult to watch at times, including one of the most heartbreaking deaths in all of cinema history, which makes it all the better for it, because you really realize what a horrible situation this is. Number 8 is Paranorman. He sees dead people. A boy who can talk to ghosts has to save the town from a zombie invasion. It's creepy, quirky, and it's got a great plot twist near the end. Of course, you'd expect nothing less from the makers of Coraline. Number 7 is The Words. A beautiful little movie about writers and for writers. This movie really shows how words can be so powerful and how plagiarism can be really, really hurtful. Number 6 is Rise of the Guardians. I love this concept of all our cherished figures protecting all that is special about childhood. This movie is whimsical without ever being sappy, and it just makes you want to be a kid again. Number 5, The Avengers. I'm sure most of you have seen this, and with good reason. Let's face it, it's just plain cool to see all these superheroes working together. With great action, great humor, and great characters, this is a superhero film that stands out. Number 4 is Wreck-It Ralph. This is a highly original concept that video game characters have a life outside of their video games. It's hilarious, it's creative, it's heartwarming, and it really makes you nostalgic for the old school era of video games. I think I want to play some right now. Number 3, Cloud Atlas. This movie demands a lot of its audience, but it yields great rewards from doing so. With 6 stories that span past, present, and future, and actors playing multiple roles that cross races and genders, this movie shows you how everything is connected, even if it's in the most unusual ways. Number 2 is Les Miserables. Now, when I saw this movie, I cried. Not once, but twice. And I almost never cry at the movies. This is an absolutely beautiful film with gorgeous music that stays in your head and a story that is both devastating and moving at the same time. And number 1 is The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. What's there to say about this movie? Well, first of all, for fans of the Lord of the Rings movies like me, it's like coming home again. Just to see old friends like Gandalf and Bilbo again, it gives me this nice, warm feeling inside me. And aside from that, it's a just plain awesome movie with the gorgeous visuals we've come to expect from Peter Jackson, great action scenes, and great casting. It's just all around a great experience, and I am waiting with bated breath for parts 2 and 3. I'm hoping that they'll be as good as the first one, and I'm sure they will. Well, there's my top 10 movies of the year. Hope you liked it. And if you didn't, well, your loss. You can have your opinions, I have mine. So, Happy New Year, and here's hoping for some great movies in 2013.